Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for Storytime with Moonie, where I read short stories every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. for littles in every community. You can follow me on Instagram at Moonie the Space Kitty or Moonie the Space Kitty SFW. The only difference between the profiles are the tags that I use. Through the profiles, you'll have access to the items I sell in my little shop. Now grab your stuffy and get real comfy. Tonight's story is The Nightingale. This story I've never heard before, so let's get started. The Emperor of China once lived in a palace so magnificent that the travelers would come from all over the world just to admire it. They returned home and wrote books about the delicate porcelain palace and its beautiful garden, where little silver bells were tied to the prettiest flowers and tinkled as you passed by. But most of all, they wrote about the nightingale, with his exquisite voice that brought joy to all who heard him sing. How can there be such a bird in my empire, in my own garden? Why has no one told me? The emperor exclaimed when he read their accounts, and he demanded that the nightingale should be brought to the palace to sing for him. The palace officials searched high and low for the nightingale, but without success. At last they found a poor little kitchen girl who told them, "I know him well. Every evening I hear the nightingale sing. It brings tears to my eyes." And she took them into the forest, where the tiny bird willingly burst into song. The lord-in-waiting was mightily impressed and invited the nightingale to the palace. "My song is best heard in the woods," the little bird told him humbly. But when he heard it was the emperor's wish for him to sing at the palace, the nightingale went willingly. There was a huge excitement in the palace. The flowers with tinkling bells were brought inside the grand hall, and in the middle of the throne room where the emperor sat, a special golden cage was arranged for the nightingale. When his moment came, the little bird sang so sweetly that he melted the emperor's heart. The emperor offered to reward him with a golden slipper, but the little bird declined. "I have seen tears in the emperor's eyes," he said. I have my reward." So he was invited to stay at court and was given his own cage. 12 footmen took him out to fly twice a day and once at night. Each one held a ribbon tied to the nightingale's legs. The little bird was soon the talk of the land. One day, the emperor received an artificial nightingale, encrusted with diamonds, rubies, and sapphires. When it was wound up, it sang one of the nightingale's songs over and over again. The courtiers soon began to prefer this bird, as it sang as well as the nightingale, but looked prettier and with all its sparkling jewels. I apologize. So the real nightingale flew back to his home in the forest. The artificial bird had its own cushion beside the emperor's bed and was given the title Grand Imperial Singer of the Emperor to sleep. After a year, every person in China knew the song of the artificial bird, and wherever you went, you could hear children singing. But then one night, something inside the bird broke. The watchmaker warned that the bird could only sing once a year from now on, otherwise the music would stop. 5 years passed, and a real sorrow engulfed the whole country. China's much-loved emperor now fell ill, and the country prepared for a new leader. "Sing," the emperor called weakly to the artificial bird. "Sing, my little bird. I have given you gold and precious presents. Sing, I pray you, sing." But the bird stood silent. Suddenly through the window came a burst of song. It was the real nightingale, and as he sang, the blood flowed quicker and quicker through the emperor's feeble body. Thank you, the emperor cried, "little bird from heaven. You have sung away the sadness. How can I ever repay you?" You have already rewarded me, said the nightingale. I brought tears to your eyes when I first sang for you. Sleep now and grow fresh and strong while I sing. You must stay with me always, said the emperor. I shall break the artificial bird into 1,000 pieces. No, said the nightingale. It did its best. Keep it near you. I cannot live in a palace, so let me come as I will. Then I shall sit by your window and sing things that will make you happy. A little singing bird flies far and wide, to the fisherman's hut, to the farmer's home, and to many other places along the way. I will come and sing to you, if you will promise me one thing. All that I have is yours, cried the emperor. You must not let anyone know that you have a bird who tells you everything. And away he flew. Early the next day, when the servants came expecting to find their emperor very sick, they were astonished to hear him speak. Good morning, he said, standing proudly in all of his fine robes. The end. That was definitely an interesting story. Thank you for letting me read to you tonight. I hope you feel safe and I hope you feel loved. Good night, little ones.